What is okay? We just had a really weird dip in the stream.
Oh,
Would you like to make your prior statement again?
oh,
Let me make sure it's
0 out
right
of
here.
10, not enough yaoi, no fangirl, and no shipping.
Before I go on, do you have any foreign films you'd like to highlight for the public?
I can't really say so. I'm not I'm just a very basic person whenever it
What a
comes to
piece of
movie
shit.
watching.
Anyways, no, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay. You know what? You know what? You
I do have an opinion.
pretentious
No, I'm
little.
kidding. No, that's fair. I can. I don't know why.
Hmm.
I just have my watch list, just full of movies,
Hmm.
and all of these came up, and I didn't mean to watch a bunch of Asian films in a row. It just happened.
Well, there was one movie that I was thinking about watching on Netflix. It was apparently made in I think Sweden or either Denmark or Sweden,
Right.
and it's called like The Rain something. It's like a post-apocalypse where
Right
people
up your
can't go
alley.
outside during the rain
Ooh.
because like the rain has
Acid
like
rain.
contains a no, it's not acid. It's like it contains a disease in it.
Oh,
It's
well,
like a post-apocalyptic thing, and
you
I thought
almost
that.
had me, but there's no acid rain. I don't care anymore. No. Go on.
But I'm sort of considering that. I might watch that. I might be able to contribute next week to this segment.
If we do foreign films, I reviewed, I think, one, two, 6 movies over the weekend.
Oh my.
And this one I technically did today, but I don't know. Next movie that I want to talk about is called Malebito, which means unique
Sans
one.
foreign.
What?
Where's the point of origin?
Japan.
Japan. Okay.
Japan. It is directed by Takashi Shimizu, who you know, you just don't know that you know.
Oh,
He
quite.
directed the Ju-on movies. He directed all of the The Grudge remakes as well.
Oh,
So
oh.
he basically originated it and also remade it in America.
Hmm.
But Maribito is a very, very strange little item that's a part of his filmography. You
Hmm.
really don't get what you think you're going to get when you go into this movie. Because there's a lot of H.P. Lovecraft style horror things in this film. And it also just kind of completely derails any expectations you had for it. Because when it starts off, we're looking at this guy. I believe his name was Masuka. And he's basically this freelance cameraman. And he becomes obsessed with the idea of fear after watching this guy kill himself. In a he caught it on film for like a news broadcast. The guy basically shoved a knife into his eye, and so he sets out on this conquest to find out more about this kind of thing. And he goes into
Hmm.
a he goes into the underground area of a subway, and eventually ends up in this underground like subterranean world. And it
Oh.
feels really fantasy like, and he also comes across the Mountains of Madness, which is literally a H.P. Lovecraft book. Um, and then he finds this woman who's like naked and chained up there, and he takes her back to his apartment. She's got these really sharp teeth too,
Oh
and
no.
then she won't eat anything, and he's
Well,
like,
that's.
why though? And she won't talk either, and she doesn't walk as well, or she walks,
Oh.
and she walks like an animal, and
Oh, like on all fours.
yeah, like a feral child kind of
So
situation.
okay, so sharp-toothed woman
And then he
walking
finds
all
out the
fours.
only thing that she can consume is
Hmm.
blood.
Oh, okay. You know
So
what?
he starts killing animals and bringing them to her so that she can drink their blood. And then
Hmm.
eventually he's like, yo, human blood is her favorite thing. So he starts killing people and
Oh.
bringing them to F is her name, by the way. But then it's also sort of hinted at that maybe this is all in our main character's head,
Hmm.
and he may have actually, one, killed innocent people for no reason, and two, maybe holding his daughter hostage and only giving her blood as sustenance. So that's something that's suggested in the movie too. I won't spoil the ending, but it doesn't answer anything. Like, whatever your assumption is, congratulations, that's what is happening to you. Because they don't answer shit in this movie.
Well.
And it was a really weird step away from Takashi Shimizu's usual filmmaking. I mean, he still has this terrible, like, shaky cam thing that he does all the time, but otherwise, like,
Just
his
the
usual
normal
horror,
theme.
he
Yeah.
stepped away from, and it was very weird, and I was very uncomfortable for most of the movie. And then the movie after that is another Takashi Shimizu movie that I watched called Reincarnation, which is it's a pretty standard horror film. It's pretty solid and it's got a nice twist, and it's another film directed by Takashi Shimizu. Also, about Maribito, something that I forgot to mention, the person that wrote the book and helped write the movie, because Maribito's based off of a book, is wrote lots of episodes for Digimon. So take that away from this.
Okay. I mean, that's
the thing.
it's pretty jarring.
Right? What a weird juxtaposition. And then Reincarnation, it's this film where these people are making a movie about, very meta. It's a film about these people who are making a movie about an actual massacre that happened at a hotel where a man murdered 11 people, including his wife and child, or 2 children.
Oh.
He had a daughter and a son, and he stabbed both of them to death. Even before people come into contact with the production, they're having these horrific visions that are sort of related to the massacre at the hotel, and there's this incredible plot twist that is so well done that I was watching it a second time, and I was still impressed by now I just see all the foreshadowing and stuff that they were doing beforehand. And it's a really worthwhile movie. It's not the greatest piece of horror to ever come out of Japan, but it's still a pretty solid movie, and I do recommend it. So, Reincarnation, or as it's known over there, Line. So, shout out to that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the films I have to shout out.
Very primarily horror based.
Yeah, aside from Like Someone in Love, that was this is a weird movie. Really, really weird, and I like it. I liked it quite a lot. But moving on to our next fantastic topic that I'm sure everyone's going to love. I know I'm going to love because it's one of my favorite things. But Unreliable Narrators.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fair. So what are we expanding upon?
Just sort of the concept of them, and notable ones that you can think of. For me, for example, I could instantly bring up Maribito again, because we do have an unreliable narrator in that movie,
True.
as far as we know. Because he starts getting confronted by this woman who's like, "I'm your wife. Where's our daughter? Where's Fuyumi?" And we can assume Fuyumi is F, that is chained up in his apartment. And so I don't know. I just find the concept of that really interesting, where you are misled by your main characters.
Yeah. I enjoy the concept, like, sort of like in my own writings, I like just being able just to trick the reader, or just being able to like not even actually just like tricking the reader, but just like having a character just being that unstable, but not being like so over the top or noticeable.
Right.
Or
It's very
like,
subtle. I like it when it's subtle. It's very nice.
Because, you know, I don't know, if your character's like imagining some kind of like huge monster going through everything, then it's just like, oh, yeah, I think this guy's just insane.
My
But like
God.
whenever there's just like subtle stuff going on, like I think sort of in the way that I do it is like just in sort of like time jumps, because whenever I like in my writing, I enjoy like putting different instances of time in different places. So, you know, something could have happened, but then in the next like phrase or paragraph, I'd put something else, and they'll just be like, "Wait, this didn't. This is like things that you would have done beforehand, or you know, something like that."
Someone's
And
being
so
a
just like,
fibber.
and I overall just enjoy the concept. I know I definitely read different books and stories where that's occurred, but like it's just a really cool thing, especially if it's really well done with just being subtle and yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, just like the realization in that movie where it's just like all of a sudden you're just like, wait a second.
Wait a second.
There isn't this insane like animal raised child. It
Oh, it's a
might be his
full-grown
own
woman.
daughter.
Don't worry.
Oh well. Oh then a woman, and then it's like that might be his
And if
daughter.
it is his daughter, then there's some kind of weird incestuous stuff that starts going on towards the end too.
No.
So
So just layers of just bad.
layers of just not goodness. If
taboo.
it's if he is an unreliable narrator.
Hmm.
A good example of it that I saw in a movie recently that I wasn't a huge fan of, but I can respect the fact that the director literally lies to us because it's the movie Stage Fright by Alfred Hitchcock from 1950. I didn't like the movie very much. I gave it a 4 out of 10. But I do respect the fact that I was straight up lied to in the beginning because they have this whole. I'm gonna spoil this movie right now, just to warn you guys because I can't really.
Alfred Hitchcock fans. Just...
I can't really expand upon this without. Well, I'm gonna try my best not to spoil it, but I am gonna. Well, no, actually, it's impossible. Anyways, basically, there's a flashback in the beginning that sets up the entire plot where this woman comes in and tells this guy that she murdered her husband, and she needs her lover to like cover it up for her. Oh, no. And this is shown in a flashback. And normally flashbacks are always accurate representations of what really happened, and that's what, especially in 1950, that's what we're supposed to take at this point. But we later on find out that the flashback was completely made up and false and never actually happened.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I was just like, can you do that?
Wait, is this allowed?
I'm sorry. What? Because I didn't even realize it was a flashback at first, and then whenever it was brought up later, I was like, oh, I just thought that actually happened. I just assumed, but then they're like, nah, he's actually like crazy and kills people, and I'm like, yo, what?
¿Por qué?
So I was looking for I kind of knew what the twist was in the movie. So when it happened, I was like, oh. But whenever they revealed that the flashback was false, I was like, oh. Because I was thinking in my head, if that flashback was accurate, then they literally just acted that out for no one. Because if they were both lying, then they were both just acting it out for each other. So it didn't really make all that much sense. I do get decapitated by a stage in that movie, too. Crazy, crazy shit.
Now here's a question on sort of like this being like a false or unreliable narrator. On what I'm trying to work on right now, because I it's for the most part I'm just like pacing myself. It's just mostly short stories, but it's all about this one guy,
right?
And in the second novel, or not novel, but in the second story, it's gonna be from a different not from a different perspective, but it's gonna introduce like a whole new character that's acting as the main focus. However, I'm putting the first character. He's gonna be featured heavily in it, and he's gonna exist and gonna be a major part of it.
Right.
However, it's just something that I'm not gonna even like disclose or anything. It'll just be like in a sense, you couldn't even, unless you like picked up some cues from the first one, you wouldn't know that, oh, this thing is actually the first character.
Right. Oh, okay.
Because it's sort of like a mech thing, or it's like the whole mech thing where in the first short story is that my character, it's a sort of like explaining his life and how he ended up in the position where he got in. Because it starts out with him like he's in like a sort of like a military action, but he's like running away or like retreating, and then it's just sort of like it's two simultaneous timelines,
right?
Where it's him reenacting one of his most regretful moments of his life, and then the second part is just him trying to survive.
Okay.
And at the end, he dies until like there's like a short scene where he doesn't die, but you don't know where he is.
Hmm.
And then in the second book, and then in the second short story, he'll be reintroduced, but he will be completely I can't say that
Unrecognizable.
word. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he just couldn't. And he's also been like sort of like tampered, not well, yeah, tampered with in a lot of senses that you wouldn't even be able to recognize him until probably like in the third one or for the third one I'm planning that it'll all just like, oh, he is that. Oh no.
Oh no. What have you done to my child? What happened to its eyes?
It's just like I said, it's just one of those things, especially whenever I mostly do like science fiction,
Right.
but I also enjoy like how Lovecraftian, like just
Oh yeah.
dealing with like extraterrestrial supernatural entities and all that.
Right.
I just thoroughly enjoy that. And like also to the charm of a lot of creepypastas is that it's sort of like that. Now, always granted, like whenever I'm listening to them and like these like mass videos of narrators,
Mm-hmm.
um creepypastas are sort of like hit and miss. It's
Oh
just like
yeah.
submissions from everybody and there's not really quality control. But it's just like it's just enjoyable because the majority of them are sort of like based on that. It's just like trying to do some twists or try to subvert your expectations through having a faulty narrator. So yeah, just enjoyable.
Hmm. I I got to give shouts out to my favorite unreliable narrator,
Mm-hmm.
Vincent W. Nash
Oh shit.
from Cashing Checks for Salvation.
That that is fair. Yeah, that is.
We
that
trusted him the whole movie.
and then
Then he pulled the bed sheet out from under us. Everything went wrong.
Wayne goes off and murders a family.
He does do that. He does. I mean, he's kind of always an unreliable narrator. Even in the other movie, Sympathetic Apathy. We're kind of throughout the movie. We're like, oh, okay, he's kind of a normal guy, but he totes a gun sometimes. That's whatever. Then he just shows up out of nowhere and murks a motherfucker. And what I love about that death scene is it's so quick, and that feels more real to me than the drawn out dramatic "you shot me" kind of thing.
Well, yeah, that just like treads the line of just being corny or.
Oh man, don't get me started. I hate when motherfuckers make a whole speech before they die. You don't have that thought process when you're dying. You're thinking, ah, fuck, I am dying. Get me a goddamn ambulance.
Yeah, it's just like a dying monologue can be sad, but like if they're like impaled or just like completely riddled with bullets and they're like making this like 5-minute speech, yeah, no.
Yeah. He's like cut in half, like he talks for 10 more minutes. It's like, no, I don't believe that somehow.
At first you're just shocked, and then progressively as you just keep on talking, you're just like, okay, yeah, you can go. Bye.
It's the other thing I liked about
Come on.
American Psycho. Again with the unreliable narrator.
Mhm.
I love I just love how quick the kills were in that movie. Or how quick he tried to make them be and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. That was such a good movie. I just love that character too.
Now thinking about it. Okay. Sorry,
Uh-oh.
my internet's freaking the fuck out. Hello? Is
Yeah, I hear
everything
you.
going
I
good?
hear you.
Okay. An American Horror Story, I will say. The first season, there was a really big twist that so like the first premise is that it's like called the murder house or whatever,
Right.
and this family moves into the house and it's haunted, and a lot of stuff goes on. The woman gets impregnated by a ghost and creates creates the Antichrist. You don't look too deep into
Oh,
it,
so like the opposite of Mary.
but so at one point the main character she just because her dad's basically just turned into a serial killer, her mom's going crazy. She tries to kill herself, and at first apparently the guy ghost that apparently she's been falling in love with
Mm-hmm.
saves her until like 5 episodes later, where it's sort of like an afterthought. You're just like, okay, that happened, but it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Then 5 episodes later, she's like trying to get down to the basement because there's something down there and it's locked. And she goes through like a crawl path,
Mm-hmm.
and then she discovers her body.
Oh
And
shit! Wow.
And it's just like, yeah, she
Ooh,
it turns out that
shit.
she was a ghost the entire or for the duration, and yeah, he didn't
Fucking
save her.
imagine that. God
So
damn.
I had to do a double take whenever I first saw it. I was just like, oh, it's another dead body, and then just like rewinds a bit. Oh,
Oh.
that's
Oh,
her dead
shit.
body.
You wanna know what my favorite plot twist of the Twilight Zones is?
Mm,
Have you ever watched any of the Twilight Zones? Really?
no,
Huh.
not really.
I figured that'd be right up your alley, right up there with the Outer Limits.
I've been recommended them. It's just they're on Netflix too. It's just I never had. It's just like
I can recommend
I've had
some
them.
good ass episodes because there are some
Alright.
really cheesy ass ones, you know.
yeah.
But there are
Mhm.
some good ass episodes, some really good social commentary in that show. But one of my favorite plot twists is in this one. I believe it's called To Serve Man,
Mhm.
and these aliens basically. I'm gonna spoil the entire episode of To Serve Man. So if you're like watching Twilight Zone currently right now, just mute this part.
Spoiler.
Basically, these aliens come to Earth, right?
Mhm.
And they spend this time showing us this new way to create food and how they can solve world hunger. And so we end up, and they basically convince us that world peace has been achieved. And
Mhm.
so we burn all our weapons because we don't have a need for them anymore. And then, eventually, and they have this little like book called To Serve Man
Mhm.
that they're like translating, and they haven't gotten fully translated, but the first half of the book makes it seem like they're gonna take care of the humans and that they are here to
Yeah.
serve man.
Yeah.
And they have this whole thing where they take these people up in their spaceship, and this guy's getting on it, and one of the leads in the episode runs out because she just found out what it really means, and she
Mhm.
runs out, and it's one of my favorite lines. She goes, "To serve man, it's a cookbook."
Oh no.
And then I was like, what the fuck? And then the alien shoves them on, and the UFO closes, and it's just a really it's a really good twist, and I just love it. To serve man, it's a cookbook, and the guy's like, what? No. Hang on, I'm gonna find it right now. I love that. I love it so much.
It's just like so unexpected. It's just like, of course you're expecting something like something's going on, but then it's just like,
It's a Twilight
let's just
Zone,
say it out
of
loud.
course. But then when you hear it, you're like, oh no. Get out of
I
there,
don't know,
Nigel.
It's just funny whenever that's the first thing that comes to mind. It's just like, it's a cookbook.
It's been parodied for like ever now, and it's every time I hear it, it gets a little bit better.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, go. Don't copyright me, Rod Serling.
Dead ass motherfucker. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, he's dead. Unfortunately,
Nerd.
fucking dead nerd.
This
Lived
is
through World
flight
War II
number
nerd.
914 from Earth to our planet. We will be
Fucking
taking
aliens,
off
dude.
in 3 minutes.
Mr. Chambers! Mr. Chambers! Don't get on that ship! The rest of the book, To Serve Man, it's a cookbook!
I love that dude right there that just sidesteps away from
Yes.
this. Well, let me get away from this ship real quick.
He was in on it.
He's one
Just
of
sold
them.
everyone out. Uh-oh, spaghettis. Oh man.
And then this is one of the references to it. So now we're getting copyrighted by 2 different properties. Wonderful.
Rip. But it's just, oh my god. It's a cookbook.
God damn it! Yeah,
I mean, it's just, I just like,
it's a
it's just so
cookbook.
gook. Just like, oh jeez, it all makes sense.
And he's
Well,
like, "Ah, shit, they got me."
shout out to the attendant guy who's just like, he's already sold out everybody.
He's like, "Well,
He
shit,
just-
I'm not on the list." And he's like scribbling his name out. How about that? Guess I didn't make the cut, guys. Get it? The
Sorry,
cut? Anyways, I'll see you guys
real
later.
tender.
I prefer to be raw, anyways. I'll see you guys around.
I guess I'm going to my lunch break. Right, guys?
See you there, Bill. On the plate. Okay, bye. See you.
he just like cuts to him. And he's just like takes off his head. Just like, oh my god.
That was also my first bad ending that I ever got in a piece of media.
Oh no.
Was that Twilight Zone ending, and I was just like, I didn't even understand. I was like, what? Wait, what? The aliens are gonna eat him. I was like, wait, what? No,
Hold on
say it
a
ain't
second.
so. I liked that guy. I liked Mr. Chambers.
I don't. Why does he need to get? He don't need to die.
Yeah. Why do the aliens need to eat people when they can just make food out of nothing? This episode's stupid.
I don't get.
I don't get it, so it's dumb.
I don't know why I haven't gotten to the Twilight Zone, because I remember whenever I was like middle school, for whatever reason my family would like go into the library, and there was like a section where they had
The little DVDs of it, or VHS.
well no they didn't well yeah they would have, they probably had them, but I would read like the comic books and whatever,
Right.
and there was like they had like the really old like sci-fi comic books,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them were like the Twilight Zone. They were like oh no, catastrophic events and all this, and I was just like, and I really liked them, but I don't know why I never got into the Twilight Zone.
I highly recommend it. I quite a lot of the stuff I'm doing now is pretty inspired by Rod Serling's writings and whatnot.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not trying to be like as subtle as he is. Mine's a lot more satirical than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was fantastic. He was a great writer. And they died.
Dead.
Throat cancer, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
A silent killer.
That's what happens when you smoke 5 packs of cigarettes every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Well, I mean,
is something he
back
did
then-
apparently. Yeah.
Back then, they like encouraged
yeah,
it.
yeah. It was healthy for you back then.
Yeah.
I remember that's one of my favorite things from King of the Hill. He's like, "Well, Dad, why'd you used to smoke?" It's like, Hank. He's like, "Well, cigarettes were healthier for you back then, son." No, they weren't. You silly heads, you.
Old people.
You
Old
gosh
people.
dang old people. I just can't wait for you to all die.
Oh.
You destroyed the house market, you
Eventually.
pieces of shit. Anyways.
Baby boomers,
It's
more like
literally their
baby
fault.
losers.
Oh man.
God damn it.
I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Daddy Drake.
Oh, yes.
I'm curious about this.
Now, are you feeling me right now? Look at me in the eyes, Tyler. Look at me in the eyes.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're next to each other. Go on.
Do you feel my energy?
Oh no.
Because all I got nothing is positive energy,
Oh,
man.
you're doing this. This is.
And see, Tyler, you.
I didn't know if it was gonna be about this or not, or if it was gonna be about the fact that Drake ditched his kid. But now I'm ready. Now I'm ready for this.
The thing is, I don't even know about him ditching his kid or whatever. But yeah, this is all about the Fousey tube.
All right, but before we
setting-
start this, I do want to address that real quick because I saw this great meme the other day on Twitter where these guys posted up these Drake-themed shot glasses, and it said, "What would you call this drinking game?" And Drake's son's name is Adonis, by the way.
Oh.
And someone posted underneath that tweet, "Dodging Adonis." So that was a solid meme. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about the Fousey tube situation. Cool.
Yeah,
cool,
if
'cause I
in the
am
other
up to date on
Discord,
this.
if you if you noticed the long conversation about Yu-Gi-Oh of all things.
Yeah, I
If
did
you
see
notice
that.
if you notice my comments, I was just in a straight FouseyTube mode. But yeah, for
Betas.
context,
Go ahead. Yeah, tell everyone what happened.
FouseyTube was trying to hold a concert, and he was making a very large claim that Drake was coming. And well, the thing is that FujiTube, in order to try to get Drake onto his concert, was not even borderline. He was just straight up trying to stalk him,
No, yeah,
doing
that was
whatever he
definitely stalking.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was like a video of him in front of his house, like, "Hey, Fuzi," or not Fuzi. That's
Hey
FujiTube.
Drake, I'm outside the
Drake.
place you staying at. Don't ask how I got it though, man. You know I got connection. I was like, or he literally starts off that video with hey Drake, I'm standing, I'm looking like a crazy person. It's like, all right, stop.
Mm-mm.
That's
Just-
you summed up the whole
just slow
problem
down.
here. That's enough.
Now repeat yourself slowly.
Did you see that video of him going off on Sam Pepper?
Yes, that's what it's just like he's in a full manic state.
Yeah, dude. He's off
It's
his
like
meds.
like I was laughing initially, but then like rewatching it, I'm just like,
No,
oh
it's
my.
it's quite sad. He's
It's just like, it was just, it's like I don't use the word pathetic very lightly, but this was just,
it's
oh
sad,
god,
dude.
it's
It's real sad. He's
just everything he went off on, just trying to go about everything, and just like this enlightenment that he was like going through, and he's just like, what his excuse for like the whole Sam Pepper situation, just like you put bad net energy out there, man. That's why you got arrested.
Mhm.
That's why you were held in the cop car for 3 hours. And it's just like, what? What? Sorry?
Sorry?
I'm sorry. What?
It's no, I feel quite. I'm curious when he's gonna come out of this episode
I
and
know,
really
it's-
look at the shit he's been doing. I'm actually gonna go to his YouTube channel right now and see if there's been any updates.
It's just, I don't know. It's just full on mania.
He posted
just-
a video yesterday
Hmm.
called
What's
"The
the
Truth
title?
About Meeting Drake,"
Oh no.
and then he posted a video 2 days ago called "A Message to J. Cole and XXX Tentacion."
What?
He does know he's dead, right?
I was about to say
He's been
Well-
dead for like a month now, right? Maybe
Yeah,
more than that.
yeah.
And the other thing is all of his videos are too fucking long for me to even sit through. I just watch news reports about him,
Yeah.
and he's
just
still
like,
got all of the stuff up, with him outside Drake's house and all this stuff.
oh my god. It's just the one time
I,
whenever
I'm not gonna lie, I actually sided with Keemstar for once because of
I know.
the part where he was like, "So you didn't actually meet Drake."
I know. And it's like
He just looked
yeah,
at you.
that's entirely fair. It's like I never thought in my life I'd actually be on the side of Keemstar, but you know what?
Everyone type in the chat, Fousey is a stupid. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. That's a solid meme though.
But for the like Keemstar was the voice of reason.
I know. What fucking
just-
universe am I in?
It was just like
Where am I?
Just like he's
I want to
the
go
way
back.
that he just tell me whenever you're nose to nose with Drake. It's just,
It was truly madness, dude. Because like first we had TanaCon, and then this happened.
Mhm.
What is next? Oh, KSI and Logan Paul's boxing match is coming up next.
Oh yeah, then there's the whole like the like press conference.
Mhm.
The
Cringe.
one in Britain though, I gotta say, KS like I don't I think that was the one in California, but the one in
Yeah.
Britain.
Oh, no, the one in
Like,
Britain. I find that funny as fuck. I really
I don't
do.
watch KSI
I don't
or anything,
either,
but like
no.
he destroyed.
Oh,
Logan
and
Paul
the
and
fans join
Jake
in
Paul.
too. And he was
I
totally
know.
right. Come over here where you have no fans and see what happens. And Logan Paul literally like pussied out and walked out like a little bitch because he can't handle when he's not in the in the dominant
spotlight.
position. Yeah.
Yeah, but like whenever he started going after his dad, I'm just like, the thing is it's like it's all true. His dad's he's a creep.
And then like his dad tried to retort for him after Logan left the stage, and it was just sad. It was just sad. And the thing was, I was actually gonna watch this boxing match because originally I didn't give a fuck about KSI. I didn't care about Joe Weller when they had their fight, and I was gonna watch this one until they put it behind a paywall. I said, "Fuck that!
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a titty streamer that's streaming it, and I'm gonna watch it that way." Yeah, I'm not paying to watch you fucking amateurs fucking fight. Are you fucking stupid, dude?
Mhm.
Hell, I mean KSI, you fought another guy that isn't a boxer. You're really not as good as you think you are, firstly.
Yeah.
Secondly,
yeah, like this.
Logan, you wrestle. There's a very distinct difference between wrestling and boxing.
And actually, yeah. Now, to give the credit to wrestlers is that they have to be very technical. But the thing is that everyone knows what's going on. With boxing, it's, you're fighting. It's full
Lights
out.
in boxing, dude. Boxing and MMA, you can bet really terrible shit can happen to you doing both of those. Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just basic tournaments, it's a much more controlled environment instead of being in a cage or in a ring. And the thing about boxing is 9 times out of 10, you can get knocked down almost as many times as you want in a professional ring. And as long as you stand back up, fucking go for it, dude. No one's gonna stop you. Yeah. You there? Still there, Tim? Okay, I hear that.
Am I alive?
Okay, Oh,
I caught snippets, but okay. But yeah, it's just like it's all overrated. Like in the end, it's just like the only joy I sort of get from it is that it's two idiots punching the shit out of each
yeah,
other.
and Logan Paul's probably not gonna win, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, here's the thing. If they lose, right? If either of them get slid by Deji or KSI, every time they post on Twitter, it's just gonna be gifs, endless gifs, a sea of gifs of them getting knocked the fuck out. Every single time they post on Twitter, 'cause you can't live this kind of thing down. Regular martial artists don't. I see it. I see it whenever I follow actual fighters. People will tweet videos of them getting fucking destroyed, and I don't know that I could take that. What I always find so funny is when people who are not fighters challenge fighters to fight because they're like, oh yeah, I could beat your ass and da 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 da. And then the fighter's like, okay, let's meet. And then they actually link up, and the fighter beats the shit out of these fucking amateurs, and it's just a spectacle to behold, dude.
It's just like, see, the thing is that it's just such a good defense because if you're ever in like an actual like, it's not an argument really. It's just like responding to like some idiot Jake Pauler fan because they're probably just like 11 or 12.
Yeah, they don't.
But like
they
they're
don't know.
very superficial. They're very superficial in all their arguments, and then you can just hit them with the Logan got knocked out like a little bitch.
So how about that shit?
It's just like it's something that they can probably resonate with, and you're just like, yeah, he's not that great.
You got fucking.
And, I mean,
tones,
if you didn't think he was great after the whole filming a dead body thing.
Aokigahara Forest thing, yeah.
Yep. But now, I guess since he got beaten up in a YouTube match by an amateur,
Even worse, yeah.
GG.
GG no re. He's lost. Literally.
But it's just annoying because I remember Philip DeFranco, he was like touching on the thing where like these YouTubers going out into like, these business ventures, it's sort of like a nice thing that they're trying to expand on their own thing. But whenever they're like this huge failures and flops, like TanaCon and the FujiTube concert, you're just like, how can anyone take this seriously?
Right.
I'm pretty sure if a competent YouTuber took the time and didn't set up something within the span of 3 weeks, it could actually be successful, and people would be like, "Oh wow, this is actually a pretty good competition." I already like the whole TanaCon. This like, since we already really touched on Logan and KSI and the BougiTube,
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's like really hitting on TanaCon. It's just like VidCon isn't something hard to like step up to or like compete with. In theory, like, yeah, there's a lot of people who buy tickets, but like, it's a pretty shallow event. Nothing really goes on from at least what I hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like panels with your favorite creators or whatever, but you could easily match it with trying to get your own roster and actually, having legitimate events going on and having it entertain or more entertaining for the duration.
Right.
But then we have an idiot like Tana Mongeau.
That girl never does
Oh,
anything
yeah.
right, though.
And it's just like any hope that was like associated with her. I'm just like, this is a person who's exaggerated every moment of her life. How can you put any faith? How can you legitimately have any stock into this person without thinking, this might actually just be a total and
Right.
utter catastrophe?
All right, here's
It's
something I
just-
want to propose real quick since we were talking about boxing. So, there's a guy. He has, I believe, 123 wins,
Shit.
all of which are by knockout, and 0 losses.
Fuck.
So, you're offered $2 million to fight this guy, right?
Mhm.
Do you do it?
You know what? Probably.
I gotta be honest. Here's how I look at the situation. On
Mhm.
the one hand, if he knocks me the fuck out, okay. I got knocked out by a guy who has 123 knockouts. On the
There's a
other
reason.
hand, if I beat him, I will be known as the guy that beat this undefeated guy who has 123 knockouts. So, really,
It's a
and at the
win-win.
end, I still get $2 million regardless of what the fuck happens to me.
Yeah.
So-
it's just you just had to fight him. It's not
All
like
this
you
guy
had to-
did was beat me up so I could pay for my college. Like, losing helped me more than anything.
Mm.
And that's the other thing that I find so nerve-wracking about being in that position. Imagine
Nick.
you've never
Sorry.
lost, and
Mhm.
every match could possibly be the
You're
moment
lo-
where people
you're-
are like, "Damn, he's human." Could lose it all just like that.
He can bleed.
He can bleed. I don't know.
Bleed. You can kill
I've
it,
thought
boy.
about
But yeah, I mean,
fighting like that before.
it really isn't just. It's just a win-win situation.
That one is, yeah. And the other thing, I've thought about fighting professionally before. I just never did it. Like, because I trained in martial arts and did kickboxing and boxing and so on, and years and years. And I still hit the bag occasionally, just because it's a great way to get out of frustration and whatnot. But I don't know. It's something I've wanted to do, but never have done. Maybe I should challenge a world-class fighter so I can get my
This-
ass beat in front of everyone. Or
It's like
win and impress everyone. Two options here. It's two
Just
ways. I have
keep,
nothing
like-
to lose.
just keep trash talking everybody.
Oh, yeah, just go on
keep
Twitter every day.
constantly tweeting.
Hey, Floyd
Yeah.
Mayweather. Floyd,
And
run
like-
like a little bitch Mayweather. What you doing today, you little bitch? Little fucking leaving them voicemails. You're still a little bitch.
And if you
End
get
of
banned,
line.
you just make new accounts, man. You just keep
I
on trying.
I think I might do that to the guy from Stand By Me that blocked me.
The guy from what? Sorry.
Stand By Me, the actor that blocked me on Twitter.
My God.
Take your time.
Okay. Is everything
Hello?
chill now?
Are we chill?
Everything chill?
Chill?
Nope, it's not chill.
Damn it.
Uh.
Should we try a call perhaps? Where I
just-
host it? Or
Let me just like disconnect and reconnect.
alright. This is a better time than any to have a word from our sponsors. The McAllister Review WordPress.com. Be sure to go over there and check out some sweet reviews by yours truly. Who knows, maybe Tim will guest write on there one day. Or might even ghost write. Who knows?
I'm a ghost writer.
You know what I've always wanted to have?
Hmm.
I've I've always wanted to do a show like Siskel and Ebert.
I'm not sure what is that.
So Siskel and Ebert was a film critic review show from the 70s through to about the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just these two guys, Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune and Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. And they were both these film critics. And these guys, they would see so many movies in 1 week, every week, for an extended period of time. And I've always wanted to have, and what they would do for their show is they'd sit across from each other in this thing that they call the balcony, like it's a theater. And they would just discuss the movies with each other. And sometimes they would, these guys were so passionate about film, and you could tell because they would get so fucking angry at each other for like not liking a film or like saying this about a movie. And they're just so much fun to watch because sometimes I agree with both of them, sometimes I agree with neither of them, sometimes I only agree with one of them. Like, I definitely didn't agree with Roger Ebert on his opinion on Full Metal Jacket. I think that Gene Siskel dismisses movies too quickly if they're too violent, which I think is a bullshit, and he should die. Just kidding. He's already dead. That's actually kind of why the show kind of went downhill, was because Gene Siskel passed away from a tumor, I believe.
Well, that's
that's a downer, but I've just always wanted to have that format where it's just me, someone sitting across from me, and we just talk shop about an assortment of movies that we've seen. So I don't know. It's just something I've always wanted to do.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, hell.
Who knows? Maybe my movie review site will get me in that position. You gotta start somewhere. I don't think I'm the most analytical critic, but I'm not trying to be. You know?
True. I did like a more down to earth.
Yeah, just like
a hashtag relatable.
A literal dude watching movies. That's what I feel the critics don't represent a lot of. I mean, I obviously have enough experience in film that I can talk shop about stuff that most people wouldn't notice, like the foreshadowing, the camera work, the lighting, blah 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 blah, that kind of stuff. But I do feel like some critics just sometimes they pick the most ridiculous reasons not to like movies. Or like how IGN said that what the fuck was the meme? Like 7 out of 10 needs more water or some shit like that.
Yeah.
God damn, I don't know. Critics today are a joke.
There's just sometimes whenever there needs to be like a preface or something, like something that's like, hey, keep in mind that this person blank and blank, you know. It's just like the fact that you know, like there's like whenever I was like looking at some horror movies, right?
Right.
And there was like they had like their long list of you know, reviewers. There was like one person who gave it like a 1 out of 10. And the thing is like they mostly based off their opinion on they were like really faithful to Christian, or they're really Christian faith based. And you know, they're just like, okay, as a believer, this isn't something you shouldn't be watching. And it's just like, okay, you can have that opinion all you want, but it should be preferenced that there's a heavy bias, as this is a spiritual matter, not a matter of whether or not the movie was
cinema. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you can have that opinion all you want, and you can share it with other believers,
I saw
but
something exactly like that, I think in the Steam Workshop or somewhere, where someone quite literally
I have no doubt.
As a strong believer, I cannot recommend this game or what have you, some shit like that. I don't know. I was kind of like, dude, shut up. Just shut up. They kind of, and Siskel and Ebert, they kind of have this thing where they just dismiss all slashers as being dumb immediately. But they like Halloween.
What?
Probably because there wasn't, and I feel like if they see too much blood, they're like, oh my god, I can't believe this. How could they put blood in a movie about people getting cut up? I mean, I thought they were going to spray out orange juice. Like, what is this? I can't support this. It's so stupid. I don't know.
And, you know,
it's like half the fun of going to see a fucking slasher film is
you know,
watching
like
the people die, you know?
There's valid criticism.
It's just how ridiculous it is, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like they take it too seriously, you know?
Yeah, there's valid criticism if, you know, it's just like a copy and paste
Oh yeah,
But,
like the
like-
Friday the 13th movies, for example, get really fucking stupid later on.
Pretty much.
Jason X,
But, like-
he literally goes to space. It doesn't get much worse than that.
But you know, like if a slasher movie is able to do what it does, but also like change things up enough, where it's just like okay, yeah, but like you just completely dismiss it because like oh, it's just a slasher movie. Then if that's your only criticism, then what's the point of even bringing that up?
Why are you?
You're already pretty biased.
Yeah.
There just needs to be like I don't know, like something attached to every critic where it's sort of like the like I remember Elon Musk was like bringing up something about like having like reporters and all that being like graded or like having a website that like shows that whether or not they're like really biased
how
towards one
reliable
side.
media is. Yeah.
Yeah, and like apply that the same to critics. It's just like okay, this person's pretty biased against this type of genre of movies, and so on and so forth.
I dig it.
And because I know the movie Fury. It's a World War II like action movie, and there was like one reviewer who was just like, "Oh, it's just another World War II movie," and it's like, yes, it's based on World War II. Personally, I think it did a good enough job of just being able to just like not fall into every other trait and being intense at the same time.
Right.
But like his only thing was just like, "Oh yeah, it's just another World War II movie. Everything's bad and war is bad and all that." It's just like, well, what else do you want to preach? And I mean, to be honest, if you actually watch the movie, there was like one character who was sort of like the embodiment of like what war was, just being callous and destructive, and he was like in the main character group,
Right.
and he was like a protagonist, but like, and it wasn't just like, oh, he's just like a bad guy and for like shock value. There was like actual legitimate points where, there was like one scene where he especially made a point where it's just like, okay, yeah, that's sort of fair, is that like they just get done taking over a enemy like a Nazi town, right? And the main character is like a kid named Norman who accidentally becomes a part of the tank crew, and him and like the commander have like sort of pretty much, to sum it up, as a bonding time,
Right.
like and just like hiding away from the rest of the guys with two local like German like a German family,
Right.
and like they're just like there's like sort of like a love plot transitioned in. It's not like it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
But as they're like leaving the house, the town gets bombarded, and the house they were in gets destroyed, killing the two women that were inside of it.
Right.
And the main character, he like sees the girl's dead body, and he's trying to climb after him. But the guy who I call the embodiment of war, he's like grabs him before he can reach her, and just like starts pushing him back towards the tank. And he's just like, he just keeps on telling him in the matter of fact, like he's like, she's dead. There's no point. Let's keep going. I mean, it's like, to be fair, there's nothing he could do. He's
right.
She's buried in brick. There's nothing you can do, and I think it's just like, okay, yeah, that's a point of view that you don't really get in most war movies. Everyone, and like, you do get like the jaded sergeant or whatever, but you never get a guy who's just like, just that forward thinking. So
You're right. Kind of like what's his name in Full Metal Jacket, War Mother, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of his character.
And I mean, not to say that he's the only character like that, but it's just like there's different aspects, and it comes from a variety of different ways of how people, or like how this particular tank crew coped with, being at war.
And it's a very difficult thing to get through, I think. And I think grief is one of the well, I won't say that, but I feel like it's a great topic of discussion in film, and all the different ways you can portray it.
Yeah.
Like I Saw the Devil. That guy's grieving over his wife, so he goes out and murders people he thinks is responsible for it.
It's just a very strong way to lead a character.
And then did I talk about Doubt in
No.
this podcast? Okay. There's this movie called Doubt from 2008. It's got Meryl Streep and Philip Seymour Hoffman in it. and basically it's about it's based off of a play, and the movie is written and directed by the guy who wrote the play, so I can only assume it's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But it basically follows it takes place at this Catholic school in the 1960s, actually the year after Kennedy was assassinated, so
Oh my.
64. And Meryl Streep's character believes that one of the priests is molesting one of the kids.
Oh boy.
And the priest is Philip Seymour Hoffman's character. So she's constantly trying to prove that he is molesting the only black boy in their school.
Damn it.
And it's hella solid. It's a really good movie. It's so tense, but there's no violence in it. There's zero violence. Everything is done through discussion, and the scenes with Meryl Streep and Philip Seymour Hoffman's characters, the tension is so thick. And they're just talking. They're just standing there like both angry, like, you molested a kid. I didn't do shit. Oh yeah? What's your alibi? And then he gives an alibi, and it's like, damn, he has a good reasoning, but he's also kind of suspicious as well. And that's the thing. We never find out if he molested the kid or not.
Oh no.
And I found out there is an intention, because John Patrick Shanley, the writer of Doubt, as he does with as he did with the original production of the play, he tells the actor playing the father, who's playing, Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, Father Flynn, he tells those actors, this is what happened.
Oh no.
And he tells the actor whether the father did it or not. So only Philip Seymour Hoffman and the other actor that got to work closely with John Patrick Shanley knows whether or not Father Flynn did it.
He actually did it.
Which that drives me crazy, because there is an intended meaning. But the title of the film and the play is exactly what we leave the film with. Doubt. Because we don't know whether it happened or not. And we'll never know. Because God knows John fucking Patrick Shanley's not going to say shit about it. Philip Seymour Hoffman's already dead. We're never going to know. And it drives me crazy. Because I love ambiguity, but when I know that there was a clear, there is a clear answer, I want to know what the clear answer is now. And it'll ruin the film for me completely, but I don't care. I'm not going to watch this film again. It's too tense. This isn't a film that you bring to a party and you're like, hey, you guys want to watch this movie? What's it about? Catholic molestation. Bill, can you just get out? No one even invited you. You do this all the time.
You know what? From context clues of just, Catholics in general, I say he did it.
I say he didn't do it. From
Oh,
watching
no.
the movie, I don't think he did it. I actually have a crazy, insane theory, because it turns out that the black boy is gay, and what I believe is that Philip Seymour Hoffman's character is gay too, and he's just mentoring the kid, because he understands what it's like to be gay in that time period and in a Catholic family. So I just imagine that Philip Seymour Hoffman's character is gay and is trying to protect this poor child from the horrors
being
of the world.
judged.
Yeah. Also, I found out in the play that you never actually see the kid in the play.
Oh. Well.
Just a cool little thing that they don't do in the movie, which
that's fair.
I thought was really interesting. I don't know what made John Patrick Shanley. I guess it makes him a little bit more sympathetic to see the kid in the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing when he released the play, it probably wouldn't have been acceptable to see a child that's been theoretically getting molested.
Yeah, probably would have. Like, why would you have this? Like,
he just walks out on the stage,
call?
stares at the audience for 5 seconds, and then walks away. Oh, and the other thing is the kid has to be black, because that's one of the driving points of the story, is the fact that he's the only black kid in the school. Damn, what a solid movie. I want to see the play now. I want to be in the play. I want to play Father Flynn.
Shit.
Cast me. Cast me. No, I'm kidding.
An adaptation of it.
Can I do that?
Your own vision.
Of what? play or the movie?
The play.
Let me see if I can even find.
Why
the
not
script.
both?
Yeah, this is a double adaptation. Just like
That's a double feature.
turn it into a
Same
fucking
movie.
action movie.
Turn that. Get the Rock.
Vincent is the priest.
No. Oh no.
That's what he took up after cashing checks for salvation. First he killed people, now he molests them.
No.
I'm sorry. Anyways, it was a solid movie though, and I would like to see the play. It's won a Pulitzer Prize, so I assume it must be good. And it's something I'd be interested in doing. Also, I keep calling him Paul Shanley. Why? Anyways, Patrick Shanley wrote the film based off a lot of experiences that he had as a boy that attended Catholic school. So, yeah. Also, I just want to say that the head sister, the head nun at the Catholic school says that Frosty the Snowman is evil because it encourages pagan rituals that regard reanimation through ritualistic means. So
No.
that's the thing that's said by the
Okay.
character at one point. So how about that shit?
Once again, I gotta say, I'm not surprised.
To be honest, I do recommend it at the end of the day. I fucks with it heavy, as the kids say now. I probably shouldn't say that in the context of what this story is about. That probably wasn't a good idea on my part.
That's bad.
That's a bad idea, boy. You got a pretty mouth.
Oh no.
Bring it over here so I can fuck it. No, I'm not. No.
Oh God.
Anyways.
All right, what are you, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy?
That was fucked up. Leave James
That was
Gunn alone.
bad.
It was a meme. He made
He made stupid memes.
several bad jokes, and he paid for it.
People are just up in arms about it. Stupid.
I mean,
Outrage
I
culture.
kind of see the point. Have you seen how many he made?
Well, from the ones that I seen like about 5 or 6
There
in
were,
total.
I've seen 20. I've seen 20 pedo jokes from his Twitter, which I don't believe in executing someone over a joke. I also don't think you should make any offensive joke in excess, or it's going to come back on you, because if you joke about something enough, it almost seems like you support it in a way.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think he should have lost his job and all that.
Yeah,
over
like
some jokes. That was stupid.
yeah, like it's like yeah, all the jokes he said were stupid, and like none of them were like funny at all. And,
Yeah,
you know,
none of them
and,
really
you
even
know,
seemed
like-
like jokes, to be honest.
yeah, but like I do really accept his apology where he was just like, it definitely seems like it. Like whenever he was saying that back then he mostly relied on outrage or taboo stuff,
Right.
and that's consistent.
Yeah.
Is that he just did whatever that.
Have you
did
seen his
whatever
early movies? Let me
But
tell you.
he just like
No,
what-
go ahead. We'll get into James Gunn's early
no.
filmography later on.
mhm.
But go ahead.
But like he was just like, I mean that's consistent. I mean like, and that's the thing about Twitter nowadays. It's just like annoying whenever I guess it brings up into the news is that people call each other out all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get their own dirt dug up, and then they use a defense. Oh, I'm not.
See,
I'm a
that's the
different
other
person
thing,
now.
though. He kind of supports outrage culture,
hmm
is the thing. So when it kind of turned on him, it was really karmatic in a way.
Sort of, yeah.
So
But, like-
it's unfortunate still.
But it was at the same time because there was a whole deal with the guy who exposed him, or who was like trying to like lead the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he made like he had tweets about how he they're like what's it called, date rape isn't a thing,
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
and it's just like everyone has dirt, and whenever it's just annoying to see, because I do understand like if you have enough bad enough jokes, and yeah if you did something stupid, you're gonna have to eventually own up to it, especially in a place as public as that.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever but
That's why you can't
if
find anything that I've said from 2011 to 2017, kids, because I deleted it all. I was smart about
but
this thing.
like it's just annoying whenever like it's just like everyone's sort of like this hypocritical whenever they call out other people, then they use basically the same defense,
Right.
and they keep on trying to crucify the other person. You're just like, oh, shut up, just get out of here.
Everyone said bad stuff at some point in their life, and I don't believe anyone should have it held over their head for all of eternity. But maybe I'm just a rape apologist.
Disclaimers.
Yeah, disclaimer, I'm not a rape apologist. That was a meme.
Mm.
See, I already
But
fucked it up. They're coming for me.
It's over. It's done.
They've done me in, boys.
You baited yourself.
I baited myself. Yeah, no, the outrage culture is very much the thing, and I think it's very, very stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this, like, sort of mentality that we all have now where we see, oh, he did a bad thing 20 years ago? Let's get him.
And like, there's like cases where, okay, he's definitely doing a lot of shady stuff right now, and it's like you can uncover some people, but when the thing is like whenever you actually get one person out of 100 people, it's not an effective method. It's not effective.
It's not the best strategy.
And the 99 cases will start stacking up against you, where if you do make a legitimate claim against somebody, but no one's gonna be like, yeah, it's just be like,
believe you.
You're just doing this just because you usually yell, you cry. It's the whole. We all got taught this at a young age. Don't cry wolf, and then you think, and you get like some ground, but you need to have actual bias. But that's just because everything right now is just about getting the most like mileage out of any kind of outrage.
What did you know about what Mark Wahlberg did way back in the day?
No.
He beat the shit out of a Vietnamese man.
Oh.
In Boston.
Oh no.
While he was robbing a store.
Okay.
Holy shit, dude! Right?
Jeez.
And the Vietnamese man actually came forward and was like, "Yo, I didn't even know who he was, or the fact that it was him who beat the shit out of me, but I forgive him, yo.
Yeah.
Leave him alone."
Yeah.
This man who got violently assaulted in the 80s can let something go, but people who it didn't happen to are still trying to hold it over Mark Wahlberg's head.
It's just also sort of difficult because you don't know the people, and they can say they changed, and they might not have.
That motherfucker's evil as shit.
Well, there's a difference between
he's
being
presently
some like
doing
low
bad
life
shit.
Yeah. Like with
he
Wahlberg.
ongoingly does bad shit.
Well, there's like also a difference. There's like burglary. I can't even say that word. Robbery and robbery and assault.
Yeah.
Versus pedophilia and cults.
Yeah, he did have a cult. Unfortunate.
So
I do quite like Trapped in the Closet.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize he was playing himself. But that he definitely is.
God damn it.
Whatever will I do?
And I mean, I bringing up sort of like right now I've just been really into Falling in Reverse. And it does hit a lot of people because the lead singer of Falling in Reverse, he got accused of rape.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. And he served like 5 years of his life in prison.
Oof.
And just for the woman to finally come out and
for a rape that never happened. Lost his scholarship. Lost his whole teenhood.
Mm-hmm.
That poor black man. I don't know what his name is, but it happened.
Oh, I'm not sure. Did he get released recently?
Yeah, he
Or
got
was there
released.
like a whole like?
It was a little while ago, but yeah, he got released. After it all happened.
But still, losing that much of your life
to something that didn't even happen.
God damn, it's just like the scary thing, you know? And it's just a sensitive topic to talk about, too.
I mean,
Here,
rape, you know? It's a thing.
here in Somewhat Okay podcast, we only talk about the deepest
Do
of...
you think that women that falsely accuse men of rape should serve prison time?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Same. I'll kill him.
Took 2 steps forward, took 11 steps back.
Isn't that what this podcast is all
But,
about? We always walk the line between moderately not okay and moderately okay. It's very hard. We're somewhat okay. It's hard to do. It's not an easy task being somewhat okay.
But like legitimately, it's a fair thing. If you nearly cost this man a whole decades of his life, I think there's a valid claim to say that, and you did this for publicity, and if people can sue other people for distress, then...
Oh, yeah. For slander.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, did you see, it was this woman, she stalked this guy. She sent him 75,000 texts.
Oh, God.
Over the period of, like, 2 or 3 days.
What?
Yeah.
How?
And she, like, wanted to drink his blood and shit. It was fucking crazy, dude. She was fucking crazy. She is fucking crazy. Because she got interviewed afterwards, and she was like, "No, we're in love." I'm like, "No, bitch, you're crazy. Get away from me. Get the fuck away from me."
If he isn't into it, I will. I volunteer as tribute.
Tim, stop it.
If at least now I'll die not alone.
I will fucking destroy you. I will play the Hung Jesus single again. It was you didn't even ask me why it's called Hung Jesus, by the way. Because crucified Jesus didn't sound that cool.
This Hung Jesus.
Do you think if I make an album cover where it's Jesus hanging in a noose with a very large censored dick hanging out of his robe, how much shit do you think I'll catch for that?
How to get the Inquisition started up again.
Boys, it's time for the Crusades. It's a double entendre. Hung Jesus. He's hung and he's also hung. It's a joke, guys. It's a funny meme.
It's just like in the Vatican, they just pull out the SoundCloud.
So Tim, when is that diss track coming?
Oh, dog, I just gotta feel my energy and just put it all into this track,
You ever say
dog.
some dumbass shit like that to me again, I will fucking come over wherever the fuck you are, and you will be destroyed in seconds.
Don't speak to me like that, Tyler. You're a beta. I'm an alpha.
That's why you haven't made a diss track yet.
Still, the cringiest part about that entire conversation. Just trying to call Sam Pepper a beta and then just getting laughed in his face.
Yeah, right.
You're not doing a good job of being alpha.
You see Shane Dawson during that whole situation where he's like...
It's just his reactions.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's just like, okay, yeah, there's an unstable man on my set right now.
This motherfucker really next to me. I want my mommy.
Oh God, it's.
But for real though, I'll produce the diss track for you. I'll give you the beat. You just gotta lay down the sick lyrics.
Oh,
I know you got them, Tim. I know you do. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna imitate you and pretend to be you on a track.
Just take sound clips from me. Just take sound clips from all the podcasts.
I'm sure we've accumulated quite the vocabulary over the period of 16 episodes. I had to think about that. That's how bad this is getting. My Alzheimer's is getting.
Oh no!
Shouts out to Alzheimer's.
It might be over. Thanks for kicking out my grandma.
I ain't got shit to say that. I can't. I don't think I can. Yeah, I got nothing. You win that one. Shit. Shit.
The funny thing is that my grandpa has it too. He doesn't even know she's dead.
Oh
Just
my
thinks she's out on
God.
vacation.
God damn it. Where the hell is Billy? Billy died in a car crash 3 years ago. Where the hell is Billy?
Oh, God.
He's just in denial. He doesn't even have Alzheimer's. He just blames himself.
It's just grief. It's just
Never-ending grief, my guys.
it's
Am I
just
right?
him dealing with the stages. Oh God, for that long.
Oh.
Yeah, he has Alzheimer's. It's like no.
Yeah, he got it when he
should-
was 20. Crazy.
Oh,
Crazy. That's crazy. Since you mentioned doing an adaptation of Doubt, I'm actually looking at buyable scripts right now for different plays, and it just reminded me of The Rabbit Hole, and I'm in pain. That play is so goddamn painful to sit through.
Oh, no.
The movie was painful, which is how I found it. Then I saw it live as a play, and that was painful.
Pain. 3 Days Grace wrote a song about it.
Did they?
They have a song named Pain.
Oh, I was talking about The Rabbit Hole.
Well, yeah, you're saying that because it was pain to you. So 3 Days Grace wrote a song about it called Pain.
Anyways, the play. She's
And
dealing
see,
with an
kids, that's how
Alzheimer's
you-
patient. Anyway, or someone with Tourette's. Oh man,
Well, no.
I've never been around someone with like verbal Tourette's before.
Mhm.
But I imagine it's I don't want to say difficult, but I imagine it's interesting to work a conversation around.
The closest thing I got to that really was just, well, I mean, I suppose Tourette's is on like a whole different scale, so this, actually, never mind.
What?
Never mind.
What?
I retract everything.
What the fuck?
Gone.
You can't just do that.
Gone. It's over.
No, it's already on.
It's dead.
It's already on cam. You can't just walk out.
It's dead. Like me.
So Pokemon Go. I'm about to
You're
go
still
over
on
to this
the-
gym after the podcast and fucking destroy this guy's shit.
Did he take your stuff?
Yeah, he took the gym by my house.
Is it?
You know the
is it
softball
Pokemon-
field
Mhm.
by 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live directly across from that, and there's a gym at that little like ball that they have in the very front.
Yeah, that is a gym, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm gonna fucking take it. You know how many times I've taken that goddamn gym? Hang on, I have a number. I'll tell you.
Oh God.
42 times I have taken that
God
gym.
damn. It's just a it's just a hot war between you and this one person.
And then the one at the literally you just reminded me I wanted to talk about this. I was at the college, and there's a gym right at the college as well. And I went and I
Wait,
captured it. Right? It's called the Stacked Bars. The actual thing isn't there anymore, but the gym still is.
Oh,
But
rip.
I took it and then I drove away, and I saw I drove around, or I walked around to hit the Pokestops, because there's 3 of them at the college, and it's a really great area to grind, because if you walk around, you can hit the Pokestops each time you walk around. And I'm doing that, and then I noticed there's this guy in his car sitting at where the gym is, and I look and I notice that my health is going down, so I'm like, aight. So he finishes up and he puts his Pokemon in the gym. So then I walk over there, and I take the gym back again, and then I walk away. And when I come back around, this motherfucker is back, and he does it again.
Oh no.
So then I walk up and I get like, I get pretty close to his car so that he can like see me. And then a raid starts. Oh, I pissed this guy off, dude. I don't know how exactly the raids work. I don't know if only one person can catch the legendary Pokemon after the raid is finished, but basically there's these legendary Pokemon that have these super high combat power levels, you know?
Yeah.
Like the one that we fought had 5,000. I've seen ones that have 30,000 CP.
Oh God.
And basically you're not going to win a raid unless you have friends with you, or at least another person playing with you. And we're doing the raid and we beat it, and then the catch opportunity comes up, and I'm sitting there trying hard as fuck to catch this legendary Pokemon. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Kirlia, I believe. Anyways,
Kirlia.
so I caught her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think whenever you catch the legendary Pokemon, the other person can't anymore. Because I caught it, and this fucking dude, he hits reverse and he just drives off, like leaves the college. And I was like, damn. J Blinky 315, wherever you are, if you're listening to this podcast right now, I'm sorry. That was my first raid. I've never won a raid before, okay? And you gave me a special moment. Also, I fucked up your Pokemon after you left. But you probably knew that because it gives you a little alert that says, hey, your Pokemon...
Everyone's dead.
It has the nicest way of telling you that your Pokemon got their ass beat, because it's like, your Pokemon fought valiantly and it has returned. I'm like, yeah, you mean I lost. You can...
That's loser
Pokemon,
talk
I can
right
take
there.
it. You can just say it to me.
Well, the thing is, isn't Pokemon Go just a giant bravery of the Crips and Bloods?
Who the fuck is Yellow? They're Yellow gang?
I don't know.
Actually, no, I think there is, actually. I think there's a Mexican gang in, like, Chicago that it uses the color yellow.
We'll just... I need to brush up on my, gang lore.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. For real, though, I need people to play this with, though. And I mean, like, people in this fucking town, dude. Because the raids are fucking tough. And I need people to trade with, too, because I know motherfuckers out there got the Pokemon that I need. Like, I literally just need, like, one Eevee. And I can evolve the one that I have into Umbreon. So... where the fuck is anyone who is playing this goddamn... I know you're everywhere, because you take my fucking gems all the time. Somebody, just add me for once. Please.
Just help a brother out.
Seriously,
Why do you got me do me dirty like this?
That, and I also feel like it's just... I feel like it'd be a really fun thing to do on the weekends with, like, a group of friends, is to just... And we would get out.
Explore.
We would walk. We wouldn't be inside all day like we always are. I know it sounds terrible, guys, but believe me, it's not as bad as it seems.
Outside? Nani?
Nani? Omae wa mou outside deru.
This shot. That's a solid participation trophy right there.
Pussy.
God.
So Tim, when are you gonna come out?
Sorry, what?
When are you gonna come out and Pokemon Go with me?
Oh no. I just don't play Pokemon Go, alright?
Don't lie to me, Tim.
I have my Pokemon.
You absolute mong. I
have
heard
my Nintendo DS.
You absolute mong. You want to play the DS version? When you could literally
sorry,
go outside and catch Pokemon with your friend. We could literally be... Oh, you think I can't turn on my Pokemon Go and play the fucking music? You asshole.
I have it installed, but I don't even have it logged in. Like, I don't have an account.
God damn it.
I haven't logged in yet.
Look, Tim. Look. Let me tell you. I will help you. I will.
Oh my God.
I will start you off. I will top you off, my guy. Let me tell you. You will.
Are you trying to bribe me
Damn
to try
right.
to go back?
You will log in. I will give you some powerful ass Pokemon, so that it is a fucking breed, and some cool ass ones too, because I do have multiple of the same one. So, join me. You can have my Graveler
And just.
or my Jolteon.
God damn. Oh my God.
I do have.
This is. I just feel like I'm being offloaded. This is. You're not doing me a kindness. You're just trying to offload.
What does that mean?
You're just getting rid of the.
I am giving you an advantage, you motherfucker. People are gonna be like, oh, look at that pussy ass level whatever over there, and then they're gonna go over to you and you're gonna fucking destroy them, and they'll be like, my God, I totally underestimated him. How could this happen? I'm not even a high level. I'm a goddamn fucking level 20, dude. I'm just trying to level up.
They
I'm
had
trying to level up my
double-digit
Charmeleon.
levels.
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding? Do you know how much they've added, dude? You can literally have sex with your Pokemon now. They give you this little fleshlight thing.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
in the augmented reality. Well, I always
Finally.
thought that what's her name? Gardevoir was hot.
Personally, I'd be going for Skitty. What?
You. Oh, sorry, I'm cutting out. Like, let me try to disconnect you.
Okay.
Speaketh.
Speak.
Okay.
No, but I'm just
what was
trying
your
to-
choice?
Oh, Skitty
Oh no.
or Vulpix.
Oh no.
She's cute, dude. Shut up. Come on. Give her a
They're
chance.
like literal animals. At least the one I was talking about looks like a person,
Oh,
or is like
I got
humanoid.
fucking standards when it comes to fucking Pokemon. Shut the hell up, you piece of shit.
See, in my sense, it's like for me, it's like I'm fucking a furry, but for you, you're just going full out like
How
I'm a puppy.
what is different about Skitty that is not the same about what about Roselia? What about me fucking a plant? You got a problem with that, you sick fuck? You absolute mong.
You know what? That's more acceptable than a fucking like a
What if
house
I
cat.
go in on Pikachu? Is that not acceptable by your standards?
Yeah, I will judge you for your.
What if I
Pokemon.
get it on with an Onyx? Like, is that
I'm
too
taking
much
the
for you?
high moral ground on this subject, Tyler.
The subject of having intercourse with fictional animalistic characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the high ground, so I can judge you.
Tim, let me ask you this: what team would you be on?
What team would I be on?
Yeah, in Pokemon Go.
I don't know.
Instinct,
Is there like different
Valor,
meanings?
Mystic, yeah.
I guess. Well, I did whenever it came out all those years ago, because I did play it with Andrew and them.
Mhm.
I think I was a Valor. So.
I knew you were a good man, Tim. I'm Valor as well. So, Austin was also Valor, whenever he played.
Mhm.
It just sucks that no one plays now because it's actually entertaining now, and I like actually enjoy it now. And
It's pretty good.
hey, that's pretty good. No, it is.
That's
It is
pretty
really
bloody
solid
good.
now. I also like. Wait, what did you say?
That's pretty bloody good.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you said let's play God, and I was like, what are you talking about, Tim?
I
think
whenever
you
you
just,
know
like-
your child has a god complex, let's play God.
Let's
And
play
then you just look
God.
at the playground and there's just like kids just like in rows saluting.
I was thinking,
Oh, God.
like you know the kid that keeps on making up stuff whenever
Mhm.
like to be better and pretend.
Uh,
You're like, I just shot you. He's like, I'm God. What?
what?
Well,
My
that's just not
immersion
fair.
broken. GG.
You can't have an image of God. Now I have to kill you. I'm Muslim.
Well, I'm Allah, so.
Stone him. Like all the kids just start throwing rocks.
Oh God. It's just a civil war in the play. Oh no.
Oh, that's hilarious. Where do I sign
See,
up?
We don't joke about pedophilia here on the podcast. We talk about potential civil conflict with children
Within
involved
the
as child
playground.
soldiers.
Yeah.
Not even using standard weaponry, just using rocks.
So
to beat
like
each other.
Syria, right?
Pretty much. They don't even use weapons, right? They just throw stones
Toss
at each
rocks, yeah. They don't have guns in third world countries, okay?
This like image of the warehouse full of refugees getting blown up.
I can't wait to
There's
go to the Middle
articles.
East. Just show.
I don't
It
get why
just
the
shows,
Middle
like,
East is
people
such a.
getting shot. In the
There's a-
little thought bubble of the little fantasy about going to like Syria or some shit. I can't wait to go to Syria. It's gonna be great.
I just don't understand why we have such a big deal with Iraq and Iran and all that. I mean, it's not like they're actually dangerous. This like cuts to Humvee getting blown up by an IED on the side of the
Journalists
road.
being beheaded.
It's just,
Seem like
well,
such nice people. And the food.
they're
don't even
innocent
get me
people.
started.
Let's make that a series. Bad travel guide.
Or just like a guy who's like blissfully unaware of it while he's there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like driving. He sees a guy getting mugged on the side of the road. What a nice neighborhood. Excuse me.
God damn it.
You've been through worse, Tim.
Going down.
What? I'm sorry.
Killing us. Your unprofessionalism.
What are you talking about? Are you talking to the microphone?
Your energy is negative, and it's bringing down the
again. I just used my incense in Pokemon Go so that I can attract Pokemon to my location without actually going anywhere. It brought me a Geodude.
Damn it.
I have one Pokeball
I'm always gonna
left.
do that.
Damn it.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, I wasted
I'm just gonna
incense.
use energy now as my pseudo-religion.
Big
Whenever
dick
anyone
energy?
talks about belief.
Dude, what even is
God.
belief, you know? Belief is a construct. Do we really
I wanna
believe in
just...
anything?
Is that the point?
What?
That's beside the point.
I mean, when you think about it, the government just created beliefs to keep us down, man.
It's all a social facade, my dude.
Let's just kill everyone in the government.
Oh, god damn it. I mean... I didn't leave because of that. I was cutting out.
No. It
I
was just
apologize.
funny the way you did it. God
Oh.
damn it. Leaves.
Oh,
What was
I just gotta do what I gotta do,
what was I
man.
actually talking about?
There's a lot of things going
God?
on right now. We're interjecting talks of Pokemon Go with God and
Speaking of
belief.
Pokemon Go, where
Oh
are the people that are actually going to play with me? Because I need everyone.
I'm not sure.
Oh, look, Tim.
This-
I'm so glad I
Oh
found you
my
so that
God.
we can fucking play Pokemon Go
I'm
together.
gone. I'm out of here.
No,
Bye.
no, Tim, trust me. It's going to be fun.
Bye.
First,
Next to
our Pokemon
you.
can fight, and then we can actually fight each other.
The
Pokemon Fight Club. Pokemon Go Fight Club, dude. First your Pokemon fight, then you have to fight each other.
oh,
We're fighting for pinks, too. Take all your Pokemon.
Oh god! I can just imagine in like Marshall right now. There's just like a group of kids and
They meet.
they're just,
They
stuck into
meet in the
courtyard.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Did you bring your Pokemon? You goddamn
Hell
right,
yeah.
I brought my Pokemon.
Alright,
Oh!
let's do this.
World Star.
I'm gonna get that Squirtle.
I've been known to say the same thing during sex.
I
I don't condone this. I
This-
was hoping he
I am-
wouldn't take that route because I gave him an easy joke and he took it.
You
Meta
know, I thought-
bullshit.
Oh yeah, we didn't have the last topic.
We've just been shooting the shit for the last 20 minutes.
All right, so this one, you whenever.
Wait, let me guess.
You,
So
mm,
it's about
mm,
actual bullshit that is aware of its existence.
mm. Ding ding ding! We got a win. No, you're wrong. No.
Got my hopes up. I was excited.
Sleep.
I've been studying that for
Get
the
outta
last
here.
hour.
But whenever I brought this up,
Mhm.
you were excited about this in the more film tense,
Right?
and
But what are you talking about?
I was talking about more of a gaming sense because I gotta say, whenever just having metas in games, it's pretty fucking annoying.
Okay, you're gonna have to really. All right, give me some examples of what meta would be considered in a game, because I don't think I really understand it.
So like in like mostly really like high multiplayer games, like more like competitive focused.
Okay.
There's this like some of the more egregious ones is like it's going back to the other Discord and the whole conversation we were having
Right.
was in a more the card game sense.
Mhm.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is full of a lot of meta bullshit, and I remember back in whenever I used to play Destiny 2, there was a lot of meta bullshit, and this is whenever there was only specific like either gear or in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Case cards that you could use to actually have an edge or be able to actually do anything. And I'll admit, in Destiny it was way worse, but like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, like in the standard game actually sort of like inspires slow play. You're able to do like things a lot slower. You have a lot more avenues to do what you want. But in this one, they sort of just like shorten it up, and they just pretty much encourage the fact that you will only want to get cards that will get strong monsters out the quickest.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way to play it, and that's pretty it gets to pretty some uninspiring gameplay, because if everything in your deck is just there's nothing clever. It's just like you were able to get strong stuff right out of the get-go. Yeah, that's real strategy and thinking right there. And in the terms of Destiny 2, it's just annoying because they have not a huge array of like notable guns, but there's only like 2 guns that you could have actually used, and everyone was using them. And it's just like, what's the point of marketing this game as just being able to collect guns and having all these like different ways to play, but only have 2 guns if you were actually going to use them against other players that were actually useful? It just completely ruins the game, in my opinion.
But it was Destiny 2.
It was ruined from the
start.
get-go.
Okay.
I'm just saying they're not doing themselves any favors.
Right.
Because in other games, I mean, hell, even in Counter-Strike, like, yeah, most people will use assault rifles, but for the most part, you can use other guns, and you can still take out other people.
Right.
But in Destiny 2, just like specifically, it was either you used this one assault rifle or this one, like, I'm not sure what they called, I guess a scout or whatever.
Yeah.
Or get out of there. You're stupid for using any other gun. And in my mind, it's just a killer because there's no variety. In those like multiplayer games, it's fun because it's like you're just constantly doing the same thing over again, just sort of like in MOBAs. You're just doing this. You're basically just doing the same thing over and over again. But at least you can select from groups of things and use different stuff and test different stuff.
Right.
And whenever you just like make such a tight knit meta, and there's like differences. In League there is a meta, but like it's a huge enough roster where you don't have to worry.
Okay.
But whenever it's like going back to like Destiny 2, it's really this what I can just default back to is that they it's just like so uninspired, or they were just that goddamn lazy where alright, 2 guns will work. Right, guys? Yeah.
No. Speaking of that, the Culling 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, GG.
Oh man.
Calling 2.
Literally a game that had to pull it from any shop, and they're actually going back to work on the previous one because of how bad the reception was for the Culling 2.
It was.
I saw a guy. He went in to play it after this had happened, and he was just playing in servers of like literally 2 or 3 people in a battle royale game. Can you imagine?
That's God. That's just what you get for trying to hop on the hype train while it's sort of going down too.
Granted, I think the developers seem like they have their heart in the right place, because they are
Really?
like, sorry, and we're gonna retract this and try to make the original better. So I mean,
I mean, maybe there's a redeemable quality, but I don't know. I guess in a sense, maybe you can sort of like pity them just for the fact that apparently they were just like really bad at marketing or doing whatever
right.
by releasing a half like like a pre-alpha game and trying to hype up the game 3 days before they launch it. So hopefully maybe they fired their marketing guy and just like
I hope they killed him.
got someone competent. Maybe actually got someone competent to go in there and just be like, okay guys, you guys are idiots. Keep making the game.
Well, you know, when it comes down to marketing, Tim, I think everyone in marketing should die.
Oh, no.
Firstly, let me just make my opinion clear as day here. On God, you know.
Okay. 4K, why do you have such a...
No, I'm just
hate
kidding.
on there?
They're okay.
Oh.
Some of them.
If they know what they're doing,
Yeah, absolutely. If they know what they're doing.
if they're actually
That's probably
intelligent...
the main factor, Tim. I would dare say. I think that may apply to most jobs that you can do. Is just being good at your job, I think.
Well, you know, marketing is just one of those things where it's just like a lot more out there. It's just like, okay, yeah, some guy at McDonald's ruined your burger, but you have this guy who spent like, who just wasted like 20 million of the company's money on this marketing campaign that just flopped.
Like Domino's Hatsune Miku app, which
Callback.
I'm still sad that it is gone forever now.
It was actually pretty cool, interesting concept. It was just, you know,
Scott,
having the
good old Scott, who is retired now. Actually,
oh yeah, he did.
rip that
You-
meme. You will be
But I mean-
sorely missed, my guy.
What you call it? Oh fuck, I was thinking of another marketing. Oh yeah, you also, whenever you have like really bad marketing, have a really bad marketing team, you also end up with the poster of Aquaman.
I'm not aware of this.
Just
I'm
literally
sure you
look
research
up. Yeah, just look it up, and try to tell me what images weren't used from Getty Images. Just like look at it and just like try to tell me that none of those. It's the future.
No. Oh no.
They just bought
I mean,
one.
I wasn't interested in the first place, but it looks like they just literally threw every fish that they found in Google Images. They're like, this is fine. Put some glare behind them. Are those blue jeans?
I'm pretty sure every shark is just the same shark, except just copy and pasted and just altered.
Aside from the hammerhead, yeah, basically.
I mean, they did legitimately trace back that that shark was bought from Getty Images for use.
Is that legit?
Yeah.
Wait, people found that out? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the same shark from Getty Images.
I think. Oh, the memes. Oh, I'm
Everyone's-
just seeing the memes. Oh, that's beautiful. Finding Nemo 3, Enter the Aquaman.
Yeah, God.
God damn. I didn't know about this.
Like I said, whenever there's a failure in the marketing team, it just flops into a glorious meme.
See, that's the thing. I literally don't care about the Marvel movies so much that I didn't even know that this existed.
Yeah.
So that shows how in touch I am.
It's bad. It's gone. It's just why?
That's worse than shit that I've done. I can't even afford Photoshop. I've literally thrown shit together in paint that looks better than that. That's unfortunate.
Well, the thing is that this girl has just been doing a terrible job. Oh my god, Batman versus Superman. That was just, oh
You mean
god.
the greatest movie that ever came out in the history of mankind?
Wait, what? The worst movie or
No, the greatest.
stop that?
Best movie ever made.
I
2001:
don't
A
want-
Space Odyssey? More like shit in comparison to what were we talking about again? That's how good that movie
I'm
was, by
so-
the way. Did you guys get that? I was making a joke there. All right. Anyways, go ahead, Tim. Continue, please.
And then they just like had to run it up with releasing the they're revamping the show Titans and just calling it Titans. And yeah, no, that just God.
Oh, you mean the Teen Titans thing that's coming out?
Wait, what? Sorry,
The Teen Titans movie or whatever?
No, like it's gonna be like a TV show, but it's just called like Titans.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
That
because
thing
like
that looks
DC's
like shit?
yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a show. That makes it even worse because it's going to be on multiple times instead of just once.
But it's oh my god. Any scene that had Raven, the girl,
Mm-hmm.
that was just the worst part.
She just looks homeless.
I know. They just like the one moment they try to make her look all scary and all that, and just like I'm pretty sure I heard the stock scream or sound.
Which
But
one?
they just altered the coloring. I'm not terrified at all. This is stupid.
I like that her costume.
Mm.
They literally like walked outside, saw a homeless guy, was like, "Hey, we'll give you $20 for your whole outfit," and that's her outfit now.
I know.
Some homeless Vietnam vet sitting on the corner was like, "I made $20 today, and all I had to do was give away all my clothes. Hell yeah, baby!"
But it's just why.
And Starfire too.
I know. It's not even like the problem with like her being black. It's
I
like,
don't
okay,
care
yeah.
about that kind of shit. No.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, okay, that's your adaptation. Just like, whenever you look at like all the betrayals of Starfire, she never, like for one, there's not actual fire, you dumb, you idiots.
For
It's like
two,
lasers.
She doesn't even really have a
Frickin' laser
race.
beams.
She's a fucking alien.
And like she looks like nothing like an alien that's just come down.
She just looks like a girl that I would pass on the red district of Chicago.
Like, it's just a matter of like, all right, so here's our adaptation of Starfire, and if people are just like, yeah, I have no idea who that is, then that's a problem.
This is what you should always do when doing an adaptation.
Mhm.
You're like, fans of blank, come to this to see a preview of yada 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 yada. They come to it, show them the characters one by one without telling them who they are. If they know who they are, you did good.
It's good.
If they're like, who the fuck are all these people? You've made a mistake somewhere. Go back to the drawing board, start over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean
You want it-
fully. You don't have to go
Yeah.
back to casting calls. Just
Yeah.
some redesigns.
Yeah.
That is all it would have taken. It's all you had to do.
It's just so bad because there's already so much. Like, say it's like a book to movie adaptation. Yeah, you can take a lot more liberties. But whenever you're talking about a comic book that's actively
a literal
portrayed,
visual medium.
that's
I
already
look
portrayed
at
its
and can see
character.
that you fucked it all up.
It's just I have a video that I want to share now
Oh boy.
about Titans.
Oh no. I'm already upset.
Oh god damn it, I didn't like it.
Could you take any more damn ass time?
Oh my god, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need
I don't need this.
I don't need you. I started my own podcast.
You need people like me. So you
The
can point your
mild
fucking finger and say, that's the bad guy. Alright? You need people like me. Hey, that's a cool ass Pokemon. I'm gonna catch it.
Where's
Am I playing Pokemon during the podcast? Yeah, I am. I'm waiting for a video.
here it is.
I love this guy. I haven't seen this one. Show me the light.
Go. It's time.
Oh, ad. Beautiful dog ad though, so I'm not upset.
This
Alright.
dog is pretty good.
I'm ready.
Alright,
It's already
count it
good.
down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Who are you? And then Robin looks at them all and goes, "Fuck Batman." Oh my goodness.
That is a no-no word.
And then he takes the gun and he shoots all the guys, and then he stabs a guy's neck.
Wait, does Robin kill people?
Who cares? The teens love that stuff. That's what they do in Fort Fight.
You mean Fortnite?
Pretty sure it's Fort Fight. My grandson plays it all the time.
All right, so we're all set on Teen Titans.
No, that sounds too fun.
How about Mean Titans?
Oh, that's pretty good.
How about just Titans?
Oh, I got chills.
This isn't your grandma's Teen
Titans. On the new stream service that nobody wants.
Absolutely wrecked.
God damn it. That's exactly how it goes, too. I'm telling you.
It's pretty much.
What are the kids
pretty much
like
summed up.
today? That's where that Scarlett Johansson thing went wrong. What are the kids like now? How about those transgenders?
Oh,
We make a movie about a transgender. That's great. I'll get my friend Scarlett to play in it. She loves the transgenders. Let me tell you.
Meanwhile, on Twitter,
They just like awoken. They all like, I smell misrepresentation.
it's just a zombie apocalypse every time.
You reawaken them, dude. They're in hiding for a while, and then a movie comes along and they're like, whitewashing? Whitewashing!
It's like I Am Legend. They only come out at night.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's when that shit gets started. Do you remember the Ted Cruz situation a while ago with Twitter?
No.
So,
Okay, inform me.
Ted Cruz's Twitter. I won't say it was Ted Cruz because I highly doubt he runs his own Twitter. But someone running the Ted Cruz Twitter page accidentally liked a tweet from basically a porn Twitter. And it was a porn video of this woman watching I think her husband have sex with someone, and she starts masturbating to it essentially. And I don't know how this was found, because this happened at like fucking 11 at night. People were tweeting about it, and I was like, wait, what? So I went to his page, and I saw it. Because it was left up long enough that I could do that. Someone got fired.
Yeah.
Someone got fired as fuck.
It's just how do this? How do?
Can you imagine? You're like, oh, shit. It probably wasn't even that quick. He was sitting there like, I'm going to search Ted Cruz on Twitter, see what's going on. Wait, what? Oh, no. Oh, fuck.
Well,
Wait, I wasn't on my own account? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Let me go. Oh, shit, I did do it. God damn it. CNN's already got a hold of it. Fuck.
It's over.
Teddy? Could you wake up real quick?
We got hacked. It was erections.
We've been... Trump sent his boys.
It's over.
I was just being the Zodiac killer in the other room. What's going on?
Oh, God. All the memes.
I'm Ted
Killed
Cruz,
into
and I
one.
killed your child. I really want to get this. It's like a car. It's a sticker, and it's got Ted Cruz on it, and said, "This man ate my son."
I mean,
Remember that post about him with the fucking butter or some shit?
no.
He's talking about his daughter, and he's like, "I wish my daughter was here to see this. My daughter loves butter."
What?
Ted, what are you talking about? Ted,
Someone
put the
get the
phone
mic away
down.
from him.
Let me read the exact tweet. Hang on. It may have
American
been
politics,
taken down.
everybody. American politics.
Wow. Okay, this is the exact tweet.
Oh no.
Wow, a cow made of butter. My girls would love it. In fact, the first sentence Caroline ever said was, "I like butter."
All right. I mean, I am. What? Why? Why are you
Hold up.
like
Hold up,
this?
this guy did a I Love Kanye parody of this. I miss the old Ted Cruz, the butter cow Ted Cruz. I hate the new Ted Cruz, the lichen porn Ted Cruz.
Oh no. Well, you're not wrong.
Everyone will always remember where they were on September 11th, the day Ted Cruz got horny on Twitter.
Oh no. Rip.
God
Rip
damn
and
it.
spaghetti.
No, that was the other thing too. Was he liked the porn tweet on 9/11?
Double oof.
Like as if things couldn't get any worse for this fucking guy. No wonder he lost the election. Just everything went wrong for this guy at the same time.
How many Roblox deaths can we get?
Oof.
Oof.
Can we save him? Can Ted Cruz make a comeback? Can he be like, you know what he could do to win the next election? Or rather, just throw it all away. Really, you walk up there.
it's a Hail Mary.
It was like an April Fool's campaign. He just walks up to the mic in front of millions of people at his inauguration, like he's been elected at this point.
Oh.
I am the Zodiac Killer. Do, 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 do. You got a little guy in the background making soundtrack for him.
I mean, that would be the ultimate meme.
Dude,
Zodiac
the Zodiac
Killer
Killer is the ultimate meme. Can you imagine being that guy? You got away with murder, but you can't tell anyone about it. You got away with multiple murders. You're one of the most notorious serial killers of all time, but I bet he has a dead man switch that when he dies, he's going to release a book.
Oh, shit.
Like his memoir.
Just releases it all over the internet.
It's Ted Cruz.
Oh, no. We should have known from the beginning.
Damn it.
You were joking.
It was all memes.
There's just one, like...
We memed on him forever, and then he got the ultimate meme on us.
There's just like one grizzled detective. Just like looking
He's
around.
got
like,
pictures of Ted Cruz all over his wall. Damn it!
I knew it!
I was right.
I should have trusted my gut.
They said I was crazy. They kicked me out of the academy. I knew it. Looks over at his framed picture of Ted Cruz and him shaking hands. You son of a bitch. You lied to me.
You had them all fooled. You had me fooled.
You had them all fooled. But I knew. I knew when you put up that butter tweet. You were not a man to be trusted.
It was the butter. There's a picture of a tin of butter.
There was a body in the cow made of butter. He actually never stopped killing. He just got more clever about hiding the body.
God damn it.
My favorite meme, the funniest thing was Ted Cruz is getting cheered at one of his rallies, and you see this person hold up a sign that said Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer, and you see Ted Cruz look at it, and the smile just fades from his face. And he's like, damn it, they know.
Got me.
They all know. Looks like someone's not going home tonight.
Oh no. Have we ever heard the story of anybody who held up a Zodiac Killer sign?
Do they ever live to tell the tale?
Oh no.
Nope.
It's proof. It's undeniable proof. God damn it.
I talked to Ted Cruz back in 1979 when he got his first kill.
What did he say?
He told me it made him think of butter.
It all comes back to the butter.
That's actually the real hint. All of his victims were covered in butter when they were found. The sick fuck just keeps putting people in bathtubs full of butter. We gotta get this guy.
It'll just be... And whenever he dies, there'll just be his memoir on the... Wherever the next cow made out of butter. It'll just be right in front of it.
And it's called A Murder Covered in Butter.
Murder with a side of butter.
Oh, god damn it. Oh man, Ted Cruz. What is he doing now? Let's go to Ted Cruz's Twitter real quick, see if we can discover something juicy.
Well, apparently he commented on the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. He was just like, these kind of jokes are no joke. What happened if he actually committed these crimes? There should be a law, or we should do some, or persecute him for.
Ted,
possible...
you're literally the Zodiac Killer. You actually killed people. You have no right. You have no right.
People are accusing you of serial murder. How can you accuse anybody else?
Man, yeah, he's still at it. I was hoping he'd go away. Or die.
He just disappeared. So we can get
I
the
want the
memoir. We
memoir.
need the
Yeah,
book.
exactly.
We need the book.
I like how he has his wife tagged in his Twitter bio.
Just have
And
to
so
have
does his wife.
What? Why do they just have each other? Just in case.
Wife of Senator Ted Cruz. Mother of 2 beautiful girls. Houston, Texas. And then his father of 2. Heidi Cruz's husband. Fighter for liberty. Representing the great state of Texas in the U.S. Senate. Zodiac killer.
Well,
Oh, wait, he's running right now. He's running for re-election, I think.
oh, is he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, Ted, just stop it.
Go back to
Get out
killing
of there.
people.
We loved your work.
It's a much more interesting time period. Better timeline. This is going to be the really boring part of the movie when they make it about him. His wind down years. I have to control my urge. It's just like several scenes where he almost kills his wife, but then he's like, no, not
What?
anymore.
How can I stop these urges? Looks over to.
You want to fight,
Over
Daddy?
to
He
the-
like punches the fuck out of his daughter. She just comes up and like, you know, like lightly taps Ted Cruz, and he's like, his urges just take. Ah! She's got like a broken nose. He keeps hitting her. The wife's like, the wife knows. The wife knows that he's the Zodiac killer. She's like, Ted, stop. Butter. It's like his trigger word. Snaps him out of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Trigger word.
He literally, like, butter is the only thing that can save him from this true monstrosity.
The cow is his last refuge. It's his last ditch effort to try to control himself.
Wow. A cow made of butter. My daughters would have loved it. As a matter of fact, Caroline's first sentence was, I love butter.
Damn it. God damn it. We have some spicy ass Ted Cruz lore.
I'm telling you, man, I should make a movie about the Zodiac killer, and then change his name, and then towards the end he's gonna become a politician and run for president, and everything's just gonna allude to the fact that it's Ted Cruz. Hi, my name's Med Booze. Nice to meet you. I'm running for president, being supported by my wife, Guidey Booze, and my 2 beautiful daughters, Sweet Barreline.
God damn it.
Whatever his other daughter's name is. You didn't mention it.
Caroline.
Sweet Barreline. Shove it up the pee hole.
Butter?
What? Shove butter up the pee hole?
Yeah.
Debatable.
Yeah.
We came back.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Full circle.
Oh wait,
It's the
you
bit.
want to go really full circle with bits? So
Oh, yeah.
Tim, abortion.
Oh no. We can stop there.
It's from our
It's
very.
over.
Oh, well, guys, we've reached. This has been the Somewhat Okay podcast, episode number 16. Tim, give us our daily wrap up.
Oh
Weekly
yeah.
wrap up. Monday wrap up.
Welcome to Tim's weekly roundup. Oh no. First we talked about
No.
Tyler's foreign movies, all the Japanese stuff and some Korean stuff and some French, Iranian, Japanese stuff.
Love stuff.
We talked about unreliable narrators and what a barrel of fun those are. Am I
Can't rely
right?
on those narrators, am I right?
Not at all. Not like
Bastards.
the Democratic Party.
Fucking Jew.
What?
Sorry, keep going. Keep going, Billy Bobs.
Then we talked about Papa Drake, Papa Bliss, and but that was more about that was more on a tangent on how
you to be my boyfriend, Jamal. Jamal.
I'm shoot him again, just like the last one.
All right, where were we?
I told you, only your brother Joey is going to get there.
Oh no.
But Papa Drake was all about basically how YouTubers are a bunch of fuck ups.
To be honest, that Foozy tube, more like Foozy Jew. Am I right, my guy?
Tana Mongoose, more like Tana Mongoose.
Tanamong Jews. Am I right?
Some of his friends are neo-Nazis, so it's alright. But
Proceed.
then we basically I had a tangent on stupid meta bullshit,
Yeah, that's right.
and
He did have a tangent.
we were shooting some shit, a lot of shit.
Ted
A lot of
Cruz.
shit. And we and
The good
prepare our
old-fashioned
own
Zodiac
biography, our biography and adapted movie.
We're
of,
actually
Ted
going to start
Cruz.
writing that, to be clear. We are going to write a Zodiac Killer movie based off of Ted Cruz.
It'll just be a regular. It'll be normal Ted Cruz if he was going through the scenarios.
Exactly
Being
like
the
what
Zodiac
we...
Killer.
I'm actually going to write it like a short now, with like a politician with homicidal urges. Longing for
And
the
just
good
being the
old
most
days.
awkward, just being the most awkward human being in every other aspect.
So, what do you plan to do once you get in office? You know, I really like butter.
Oh no!
It soothes me.
At the same time, he's just like has a death grip handshake with him.
Anyways, he always carries around like a bucket of that old farm butter. This is my vice president. You cut the camera. I want out. I'm not doing this interview. Fuck, my job isn't worth this shit. I'm tired. I'm tired of this shit. Always put me in with these crazy fucks. First you put me in with Donald Bump. Now I gotta deal with this fucking asshole.
Oh no!
Then I gotta deal with Dillery Cunton. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired.
Why do I always get the crazies, huh?
You ever talk about me again and you might mysteriously die.
Does Jenny get the normals just because she loads a B cut?
Just like I did to Haiti.
Oh no. And yeah,
What
that's
a fantastic podcast.
that was the weekly roundup.
You almost forgot to mention Hung Jesus' new hit single.
Oh yeah, all of you
Fuck
who
the
missed
stump
it,
like a
the
motherfucking
world
Trump.
world premiere of Hung Jesus.
We're still waiting on the Little Timmy diss track to come out, but
I just gotta gather my energy, some positive energy.
that track is coming soon. Don't worry. I'm gonna get Tim on it. It's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This has been the Somewhat Okay Podcast, episode 16. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Tyler.
I'm Tim.
And
Oh.
oh, he just